So why is this idea of failing so important? Like, who likes to fail? It's scary, uncomfortable, and messes with your confidence, right? But that is precisely why you should embrace it and be willing to be okay with it. A lot of the times we associate our failures with our family and friends and how they might think about us. Like how people will give you the dreaded "I told you so" or "I knew it wasn't gonna work." These words hurt, but we need to remind ourselves that this is part of the journey and that these failures will teach you things that others that haven't taken that step yet will never have learned from. There's importance to just starting, and in order to just start, you need to be okay with things not working. But with that being said, that might not be the end of it completely. Because you did start, it might divert you to another opening door that you'll never have thought to come across. Things open up in ways you can't predict because you pursue something that you believed in and are passionate about. Take the movie The Pursuit of Happiness for example. Life is a struggle for single father Chris Gardner. Evicted from their apartment, he and his young son find themselves alone with no place to go. Even though Chris eventually lands a job as an intern at a prestigious brokerage firm, the position pays no money. He dealt with so many obstacles in his way. First, his wife left him. He failed miserably at selling those medicine machines. He was kicked out of his apartment. He went to jail. He lived in shelters in the street. He had little or no money at the time, and he slept in street bathrooms and endured difficult times. Chris was going through the worst part of his life, with having no money to pay for bills and rent and going through a dwindling marriage. Getting discouraged is easy, but fighting back and believing is tough, and the one that sticks it out is the one that often succeeds. But Chris never quit, no matter what the distraction was. He wasn't phased and faced all circumstances with the aim of succeeding. Some valuable lessons we could take from this movie are: don't listen to anyone but yourself. There is a scene with Chris Gardner and his son on a basketball court where he discourages his son to spend less time on basketball as he felt that his son will not excel in sports. This is based on Chris's past experiences and perspective with the current failures he had experienced in life. His insecurities were portrayed to his son, and when he realized this, he quickly caught himself and apologized to him. He told his son, "Don't ever let someone tell you you can't do something, not even me. You got a dream, you gotta protect it. People can't do something themselves, so they want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it, period." During the hard times that Chris went through, he could have blamed it on situations like his wife leaving, the color of his skin, or the people around him not giving him a chance. What mattered and eventually led him to getting his prestigious position was him not excusing himself. The next lesson is taking a step back is not bad. There is another scene where Chris Gardner discusses to his wife that he will be going for an internship position at a stock brokerage firm. The response he gets back is, "Salesman to intern is a step backwards." What Chris presently did not yield the results he wanted, so he had to let his pride down and take a few steps back. Changing careers or starting off as a trainee warrants no need for embarrassment if it leads to something you're more passionate in. Pride and opinions from people should not stop you because they don't even matter for a better future. Third is perseverance is key to success. The Pursuit of Happiness also teaches us that to persevere is to make constant effort to do or achieve something despite difficulties, failure, or opposition. Life is going to throw tough obstacles at you, but you make every effort to get back up, and not quitting is key. If you want that job, you have to do anything and everything that's possible. Follow up with people, make new acquaintances, and always learn something new. When Chris wanted to get that internship, he made sure he knew who was going to help him. He made a point to get a personal contact and solve a Rubik's Cube to get some attention. You need to make every effort and try every alternative to get what you want. This film makes us see that failures in life are just mere delays and setbacks to getting to your destination. If you fail at nailing at that job interview, chances are you'll find another job, sometimes even a better one. If you're facing setbacks in life right now, know that it's normal and for the best. The harder you press a spring, the larger it'll jump when finally released. Chris faces a number of setbacks, from his bone density scanner being stolen to being arrested for not paying for parking tickets, but that doesn't make him not go for that interview, which he nails despite of how he was dressed. Or going further back in time in the 1800s, probably one of the most important inventions of all time, the light bulb. The inventor Thomas Edison once said that I've not failed 10,000 times but successfully found 10,000 ways of what won't work, and that is pure swag. Thomas Edison wasn't afraid to fail. In fact, he found it essential in order to make inventions. If he failed, he learned what didn't work and moved on. He accepted failure. He found it as a positive side and realized that it was just as normal as success. And thus, he has taught us that we need to learn how to fail before we learn how to succeed. Going to sports, Michael Jordan is the best basketball player in the world. He took 946 game-winning shots since he was in high school. The ball was in his hands to take those game-winning shots with no time on the clock. Out of the 946, he only made 146 of those. He missed over 700 times, but people only write about it when he made it. No one knows about the 700 times he failed to get those successful shots. All you have to do is make that one. Or even going to present day 2022, Elon Musk created a multitude of amazing businesses and companies. The billionaire CEO of SpaceX, Tesla, and the Boring Company, and his dreams to send humans to Mars, bring self-driving electric cars to the masses, and help build a whole new transportation infrastructure with the Hyperloop, and not to mention Neuralink, where he plans to implant chips in your brain to help treat and prevent diseases. We are literally becoming cyborgs. But all of Musk's success to this point is built on equally failures. Throughout his career, he has shown a knack for learning from his setbacks and emerging stronger from them. However, through adversity and against all odds, Elon Musk always seems to come up on top and prove skeptics wrong. When Elon Musk first started out, he unsuccessfully applied to a number of emerging tech companies, including Netscape. In the light of these rejections, he found a business directory called Zip2, which was essentially an online version of a telephone book. Believe it or not, PayPal was voted the worst business idea in 1999 when it was released as a security software for the Palm Pilot and other handheld devices. However, Musk and his co-founders started to focus on creating an online wallet which started to gain traction, so they decided to scrap the original idea and proceed with the electronic wallet. Eventually, PayPal got funding, and in 2022 they became public. Many experts in the auto industry were very vocal about their disdain for Tesla when it first arrived in the scene. According to these individuals, this electric car was a non-starter certain to fail. In 2008, it looked likely that these predictions would come true as Tesla stood on the brink of collapse due to insufficient finances. Musk was on the midst of producing Model S at the time. Incredibly, he decided to go bankrupt and used his personal wealth to keep the company going. This wealth consisted of the money he earned from the sale of PayPal. Just 2 years later, Elon Musk officially broke. Thankfully, the personal loans from his friends enabled the entrepreneur to survive. After a short period, Tesla became uber profitable. Musk and his staff also put in immense shifts and resorted to sleeping on the factory floor. Tesla is now one of the most successful producers of electric cars, but none of this would have existed only for the sheer perseverance that Musk had demonstrated. What's more, it was his beliefs that enabled this in the first place. This really suggests that working on a personal passion is arguably the most powerful driving force to any business. Elon Musk has always adjusted accordingly and sought to create products that provide clear solutions to end users. It also took SpaceX a whopping 16 months to prove that they could land a rocket on a drone ship. It's true that the first attempt was rather successful in landing the rocket in its accuracy that shocked a lot of experts, but the progress was slow and many still doubted the legitimacy of the company. However, in the mid-2016, SpaceX successfully landed 3 of its rockets in succession, but disaster struck the same year when he tried to replicate this achievement 4 times instead of 3. It was a huge blow for Musk and SpaceX, with the media taking quite a cutthroat approach to the story. While it was fully expected that SpaceX would slow down proceedings, Musk insisted that they will move forward and make good use of the important data that they gathered during these failures. Through immense failure of SpaceX, we can see that Elon Musk is a maverick and non-conformist. In other words, he takes an independent stand apart from his peers and uses free thinking to achieve necessary results for success. Nowadays, social media and successful content creators have presented the best sides of their lives and careers, but what we don't see are the many years and hard work that they probably put into what they're doing. We glamorize Elon Musk with his amazing companies, but many haven't really heard about his struggles in the past. We praise YouTubers for the millions of subscribers that they have, but maybe they had 2 previous channels that failed. And these findings put pressure on our own lives that everything we first do needs to be perfect and successful. So this gives us more pressure to succeed on the first goal rather than just start and make mistakes and learn along the way. Oprah Winfrey was publicly fired from her first television job as an anchor in Baltimore for getting too emotionally invested in her story. But Winfrey rebounded and became the undisputed queen of television talk shows and amassed a media empire. Steve Jobs was fired from the company he founded and 12 years later came back. Jobs took Apple to the stratosphere and completely revolutionized what digital devices and its technologies could be. His past failure profoundly influenced the way he thought and how he could use technology as a tool to change billions of people's lives. And J.K. Rowling was a single mother living off of welfare when she began writing the first Harry Potter novel. Rowling is now internationally renowned for her 7-book Harry Potter series and became the first author billionaire in 2004. I wanted to make this video to remind myself that failure is important and just to do it. I struggle too with failure and what others might think, but learning about these incredible people's stories and hardships and how they persevered and worked through it is really humbling and makes you want to dive in and embrace it. Hope you enjoyed this video and that it helped in any way, shape, or form. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and thanks again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.